Greg Tepper of Dave Campbell's Texas Football and TexasFootball.com here in Wichita Falls, the Texas Six-Man Coaches Association Clinic. Here, the head Bearcat, head coach of the Garden City Bearkats, Coach Jeff Jones. Coach, appreciate your time.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. It's good to see y'all again.
Yeah, it is good to see you. It's good to see everybody. And I guess that's a decent place to start is after a difficult 2020, just being here, being around the six-man coaches, and I mean, let's be honest, busting chops. Is this? I imagine this has to feel pretty good.
Oh, it is. I mean, we missed it so much last summer. You know, we were able to do everything on the Zoom, and which was good and informative and everything like that. But man, just being around all these guys again, it's just a little bit different, a little more special. So,
one thing I'm interested in is you're a guy. I'm not trying to date you here, but you've been a coach for a while.
Yes.
But you still come here and you're still sitting in these classes and stuff like that. What are you trying to? What are you trying to get from an event like this?
There's a lot more. There's more smart people than I. They're just a whole lot smarter than I am. So I'm going to try to pick up something that I can take back to the kids in Garden City, and maybe we can implement. Because I think sometimes they get a little bored with my routine. So if we got a little bit of some mix-up things here, some changes that we can do, it's always good for them. But there's a lot of good stuff out there, and a lot of these guys that are talking have won a lot of football games recently. I've seen a bunch of them personally right on the field, so I want to see what their secrets are. And the Six-Man Coaches Association, the six-man coaches are just a very giving group of coaches. So we don't hide anything. They share everything with you. Even though you're playing them in week 3 or 4, they're going to tell you what they do because you still got to line up and stop it. So it's just a great time, and I'm able to get a lot of information here, and it's so great. I
want to go back to 2020, and you guys, I think people may at first glance feel like, 6-6, whatever. But at the same time, you guys had even by six-man football standards, a remarkably young team, very young. And so when you take a look at what you guys were able to accomplish last year, to make the playoffs and to win a playoff game and stuff like that with such a young team, is that, I imagine you got to come out of 2020 feeling pretty darn good.
Very good, very good. We knew that we were gonna take some bumps and bruises here because we were just so young. I mean, and even we had 8 seniors on the team, but even those guys did not have a lot of varsity experience. I mean, that we just had 2 or 3 groups of seniors come through right through that, and that they just didn't get on the field very much. So we just knew we were very inexperienced. We were going to have a tough schedule again. Just everybody around us are just very good football teams. So it's hard to really, you're not just going to find any cupcakes out there. So, we knew we were going to take our lumps, but we never knew it would pay off in the long run. So, but when we were we saw the new district come out, and we knew we had a chance of getting in the playoffs. If we could just, Rankin was just head and shoulders above a lot of people, and our kids knew that. But that's still a rivalry game, so we were going to play hard that game. But we knew we had a chance at least getting into the playoffs. And anytime you get 1 or 2 more weeks in the playoffs, that's 14 days of more football for those kids, so that a lot of people don't get. So. It was great, and first round draw came, and it was pretty favorable for us. We got to go out and play Fort Davis, and just got another week, and then ran into Westbrook and again. So it's great for us, and we rolled that in, and then had a great track season with the same young kids. So we're pretty fired up this year. The kids have been chomping at the bit a little bit. I think we got back from the state track meeting, and they're ready to start practicing for football. So, I mean, it's been great for us. So
that's fantastic. And so now you do bring back a lot of last year's team. Do you have a feel yet for what maybe the difference in this year's team? What may be different about this year's team maybe versus last year's team? Or is it just going to be the same kind of team but just a year of experience?
I think that more than anything, but I think we're going to play faster. I just, varsity's not new to them anymore. I mean, that's really the speed of the game is what was so just shocking to those kids last year, and now I think they're ready to be on a high level of speed. I mean, because it's all about how fast everything is just going. It's not an experience factor or anything like that. It's just things happen so much faster, and you're used to blocking that defensive look those guys they're gone, you know. So just being able to handle that, being able to get ready for the speed of the game, I think that's what's going to help out more than anything.
So. And finally, Coach, you know, Garden City, this is a lot of tradition there, a lot of pedigree there, and a lot of expectations. Let's be honest. You know, that's a community that expects to put a winning product on the field every. Do you get the sense that the kids understand that? I know you understand that as a head coach, but do you get the sense that the kids understand? Hey, listen, we have a standard to uphold.
Yes, they do, and they know it. They don't want to be that team that doesn't make the playoffs. So I mean, it's not lost on them. They're very aware of where they are. They're very aware of the helmet they're putting on, and they take a lot of pride in it. So it's a great group of kids. It was a great community, and even last year the community was so great. They knew how inexperienced we were, and they're a knowledgeable football base. They're not. It's not like their expectations are out of this world. They're right on cue of what they want to do and what they realize we can do. They're not unrealistic at all. So, but it doesn't get lost on kids. They know exactly what happens. They know Garden City's on the front of their jersey, and that they got some things to uphold.
And they know they got to beat Rankin.
That's always the goal. Yes.
Thanks so much for watching that video. If you would like more and to be notified when they come out, go ahead and click that subscribe button right down there. You can also watch Texas Football Today every day live at noon on TexasFootball.com, Facebook, Twitch, and right here on YouTube. For more of the best coverage of Texas football in the Lone Star State, go to TexasFootball.com/subscribe.